Hello, how are you today? I hope you are fine. And well, we are going to see today the topic for this week. It's about the modal verb can. It's a very short presentation because the topic is quite simple, okay? So, we previously studied the use of the verb like and dislike. Maybe you remember. If not, you can check the presentation again so that you can continue now with the use of the modal verb can, because in certain way they are connected. Yes. Okay, so today I'm going to refer only to the modal verb can. So the verb can is a modal verb. Yes, and it's quite simple to use in the structured way or in the grammatical way, because this modal verb can is used for all persons, for all the subjects. I, we, you, they, yes, he, she, it. So in this case, the verb doesn't have any change, yes, as in the third person, as we do with other verbs. So in this case, I'm going to refer to the subject I, but it's the same for all the subjects, yes? And I'm going to give you examples how to do positive or negative sentences, yes? So I just simply, I'm going to add can to the after the subject. I can. And if it is negative, then I add the particle not, cannot, or the contracted form, can't. So I have I can or I can't. Yes? Now, what I am going to add, yes, is another verb, and this other verb that is called the main verb must be in the simple way. Yes, you don't have to add any ending to the verb or the main verb you are going to use with the verb can. Yes, so as you have seen, we have the modal verb can and then the main verb. The main verb is that action I want to express or the ability I want to talk about. Yes, so let's see these examples. You can make them positive or either negative, since the structure is quite similar. Yes, so I can work. Yes, notice that the verb is very simple. I can play, and then you can add a complement. I can play soccer, I can play football, I can play tennis. Or if you want to make it negative, just simply say I can't play soccer, I can't work. Just notice the pronunciation, the final T must sound, okay? So I have more examples. I can work hard in the office, I can paint, I can write, I can love, yes? Or you can make them negative. I can't work hard in the office, I can't paint, I can't write, I can't love, right? We have here some abilities. As you can see, we use the verb can. One of the use is that we express abilities. Yes? For example, I can use a computer. Yes? And you can add more information. I can use a computer very well. Or maybe now, for example, during the quarantine, you can say, I can't use a computer along the quarantine. Yes? Okay, let's continue with more examples. I can't paint. Yes, I don't have that ability. But I can read novels. I can study at night because during the day I can't do it. Yes? I can have good ideas in the morning when I wake up. Yes? But at night, when I am tired, I can't. Yes? What about solving problems? Can you? You say, I can solve problems, or I can't solve mathematical problems. Yes? What about your memory? I can memorize things, or what about you? What do you say? I can't memorize things. Yes? So, can you see the examples? It's quite simple to construct or build these structures in positive or negative. What about languages? You may say, I can speak a language. Or you may say, I can't speak a language. You can only change the subject and then create more examples or more sentences. For example, they can play soccer now. Yes, football players can't play soccer now because of the quarantine. Or what about people? People can't work in the office now because they are at home. Yes, and then we are combining by using only different subjects. Well, we have some main verbs. Remember, the other verbs we're using are called main verbs. And we use them in a simple form or in the base form. So we have these verbs or these actions, as you can see, they are about abilities, no? Or common abilities or common things we are able to do. For example, swim, visit, dance, cook, speak, travel, watch, love, clean, wash, and paint. So just add these verbs to the modal verb can. Yes, after the modal verb. So remember the subjects. I can say Maria can swim, Alberto can dance very well, my mother can cook, I can speak French, my family or families now during the quarantine can't travel. Now during the quarantine, I can watch TV. Yes, I can clean my house. So what can you do along this quarantine? Right? So remember, we have the modal verb can, and then we add the main verb. So we have this structure. The subject, in this case I, but remember you can use different subjects. I can, then the verb, yes, to express the ability, and then a complement. For example, I can play the guitar very well. If you're going to make a negative, I can't, then the verb and the complement. For example, I can't see in the dark. Yes? So, in order to make questions, you remember to add only the verb, the modal verb can, before the subject. Yes? Okay, so we can now practice, yes, we can now practice a little bit by remembering or reviewing the topic about last week, expressing likes and dislikes, and then try to answer this questionnaire. So in this case, we have the interrogative form for the verb can, like, dislike, hate, and love. Just remember, to make questions to express abilities, we only place the modal verb can, sorry, here's can before the subject, and then the main verb. Yes? So, if you have interrogative information questions, you only add the interrogative or question word. In this case, what, for example, not to know what can you do, right? So we have the question, what can you do? Or maybe it is negative, what can't you do, right? So try to answer these two questions. What can you do? What are your abilities? Can you play the guitar? Can you play the piano? Can you play soccer? Can you speak a language? Yes? What can't you do? You say, oh, I can't drive a car. Or no, I can't speak English very well. Right? Then we have questions with the verbs like, dislike, hate, or love to express likes and dislikes. Yes? Remember, in this case, we add the auxiliary do. Because these verbs like and dislike, hate and love, they are not modals. Yes, they are not special verbs, so they require or they need an auxiliary. But we have these questions. What do you like to do? What do you dislike to do? What do you hate to do? What do you love to do? Right? And then we have a review here of the answers. Remember, we have the subject always, then the verb to express likes or dislikes, like, dislike, hate, or love, and very important, the next verb, remember, must be a gerund. Yes? So try to check now the presentations, previous presentations, or the topic in your book, or the examples I gave you before in the links in YouTube, and try to answer this questionnaire. You can do it in your notebook, yes? So, answer this. What can you do? Write or mention two abilities you can do. What can't you do? Yes? Just write down only two abilities you can do, two abilities you can't. Two things you like, two things you dislike, two things you hate, and two things you love. Right? And then you will write your answers in the forum next Wednesday, in the forum of the class. Yes? Okay, so that's all for today. This is a very short presentation. And remember to review the topics, expressing likes, dislikes, and the modal verb can, positive and negative can't. Right? Then I'll see your answers in the class forum. Happy day, and well, in case you have questions, you have the WhatsApp, or you send a message, right? And well, I will be checking this. Okay, that's all for today. Happy day, and see you.